everybody, this is Jen from Scrap and Posh, and I am here today with the day 12, wrapping it up of the 12 Days of Christmas blog hop for Country Craft Creations. And, sorry for the crinkle, my paper collection is the Bo Bunny Christmas Village collection. Sorry about that, I had to think. And if you missed my day 4, I did some shaker tags on day 4. So check that out. And then I'm going to show you guys also, I'm doing my December daily in this collection. And I only have one sheet of each, so that's backwards. So there's some December daily there. And I am on day 5 right now. I got day 6 staged and ready to go. So there's that. And now I am going to do an explosion box. So an explosion box is cute, a cute way to package small gifts. So you could definitely do a gift card, but like maybe a jewelry or something like that would be awesome. So I'm going to start my explosion box with a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and it's easier if you have a scoreboard, but not impossible. And we are going to score at 4 inches. This is not my right size scoring tool here. Okay, we're going to score at 4 inches. And 8 inches, and then turn the paper and score it again at 4 inches and 8 inches. Okay, and then you're going to cut these corners out, and I'm going to use a pair of scissors and just cut right along the score lines. And just try to keep it straight, because those sides will be exposed. I'm using black today, but you could use white. It kind of depends on how you just how you want it to look. If you want to look nice and clean and bright, then definitely use white. You could use pink, teal, green. I thought about using navy. You could make like a whole bunch of these boxes and set them under your Christmas tree with your presents, just as decoration. And then if you need them for something, you can just grab them. And you can make as many layers for this as you want, but I'm just going to make 2 layers. I'm going to make this one that explodes and then one inside that doesn't. And if you can get bigger paper than 12 by 12, which I mean you can make them as big as you want. As big as you can fit. Okay? Maybe I'll use that later. So here's the base. So they're just 4 by 4 squares. And then let's make the inside box, let's make it, if I had to make it 3 by 3, it only leaves a ½ inch. So let's make the smaller box like 2 by 2. So you're going to cut your paper 6 by 6, and we're going to cut it or score it at 2 and 4. So this is going to be a little 2-inch box for the inside. And 2 and 4. And then this one we want to like totally fold up as a box. So what we do is on one side of each of the boxes we cut on the fold line, and then on the other side you cut about a 1/2 inch over, and that's going to give us our little flap that we can glue. And then I just cut along the fold line and then cut a 1/2 inch over, fold line, and it goes all the way past the where you cut a 1/2 inch, and a 1/2 inch over. Doesn't have to be a 1/2 inch. I'm just eyeballing it because you're not going to see it. Fold line, and then finally a 1/2 inch over. Okay, and then you can fold these and you can see. Now, what I like doing so that these don't bunch up is just give it a little snip on both sides of that 1/2 inch. Okay. Super simple way to make a box too, you guys. Just plain old box. Alright, these I don't think I'll have any use for. Those go in the trash. And then let's put our box together. Get my glue. You could decorate the inside of this box. I'll see what it looks like when it's put together. The only thing is that you don't want to line the inside with paper right now, because then your little gussets won't be covered. You could line the outside. I mean, you could decorate the outside of the box, which is probably a good idea. But I'm alright with that. I can put paper on it when it's three-dimensional. I don't have anything cut. And you won't have to put paper on the bottom here, because that's going to be glued to the other box. Isn't that the easiest way ever to make a box? Alright, here we go. There we go. Alright, so there's our two little boxes, and now we got to make lids for them. Okay, so now we have two lids to make, and we are going to cut our paper a little bigger than the box. Okay, I'm going to use the same black paper, and I'm going to cut this at 6 3/16 square. And that's for the big box, and then for the little box we'll go 3 3/16 square. Okay. So for the big box, or for the big one, I am going to take you the easy way, and we're going to flip the paper several times. So What you're going to do is you're going to score at 1 inch, rotate it at 90, score at 1 inch, rotate it at 90, same, 1 inch and 1 inch. So what that did was it gave you a 4 3/16 square in the middle without having to move your paper over a 1/16 of an inch and etc. Now you're going to do the same thing with this lid that you did with the baby box here, and that's cut on the line and then cut about a 1/2 inch away from the line. On the outside. So you cut on the line, turn, and about a 1/2 inch away from the line. And on the line, about a 1/2 inch away. On the line, turn, and a 1/2 inch away. Okay, and then you can go in there and cut your angles. Just like that. And then for the little guy, we're going to, instead of scoring at 1 inch, we're going to score at a 1/2 inch because we don't need as big a lip on that one. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing. Cut on the line, turn, give yourself, can't give yourself a 1/2 inch because it's only a 1/2 inch, but you can give yourself a good 1/4 of an inch. Cut on the line, give yourself some room, and then I'm just doing the relief cuts as I go now. Either way, however you'd like it. On the line, turn, give yourself some room, and then, alright, now I'm done with my scoreboard. I'm going to put that away, and then I will be back to glue these together with you. Okay, let's glue together our lids and make sure everything fits. You just fold all those little tabs you made in. And then put the glue on them. And I'm not going to cover the outside box. I'm going to cover the inside box, but not the outside box. So I want to be careful with my glue that I don't get messy. And then after you get your lid glued, give it a little test fit there. Fits pretty good. It's not too tight. You don't want it too tight because then you won't be able to get back on. Alright. And if you're going to cover the sides like I am, that's going to add another layer of bulk, and we're going to cover the inside. So all is well. We'll do the same with this one. And like I said, I'm not covering the outside of the box. We're going to leave it plain, which I'll show you. It may sound weird, but I mean, I like it better. And so I want to make sure that I am neat with my corners here. Oops. We're almost done with the construction, guys, and the rest of it's all fun. The rest of it's all putting paper on. There we go. Alright, and then just to test fit, there we go. Perfect. Alright. Now, on the outside, like I said, I'm not going to add paper. I will add paper to the inside, but I'm going to put the ribbon on first. And this is seam binding from Country Craft Creations. And you just want to cut enough to wrap over the sides. Okay, so just line up your squares here and here, and then right in the middle you put the ribbon. That works better. There we go. And then flip it over, wrap it, and wrap it. Okay, do the same with this piece. I'm going to line that up right in the middle of a line. Oh, nope, not doing it that way. First I'm going to put this down, line that up, and then put this on the line. There we go. Okay, there's that one. And then on the lid, we're going to do about the same thing. We don't need such a long piece. We're going to, we want it to go up and around and then tuck back down under. So about that. Get 2 of those. I will not have enough to wrap the little box in this color, so we'll have to use a different color. And you do the same thing. Now, here though, on one of these, I want to make a bow. I think of how I did this last time. I'm going to go ahead and glue this guy down. I don't know if I have enough of this to make a bow. I hope I do. If not, we'll just have a package without a bow. That's no fun. This one's a little bigger, so you just have to compensate for the difference. And one thing I think I'm going to do is go ahead and put this on here to line it up. And these sides will get a little stiffer once you put the pattern paper on the inside. Okay. So I want the bow to line up, or the ribbon to line up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to line her up. There we go. Okay, so the inside you just tape down. I got a little extra here and get off here. And we're going to cover the sides so you won't see that. And then let's get this one. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. Okay, now to tie my bow, I have this piece. I hope it's long enough. I'm going to put, going this way, under this one. Kind of see what I'm doing here. And you line this one up. Again with the outside. Just a little long. There we go. Okay, and then here's your bow. See if I can remember how to do this. I watched a tutorial on how to tie bows. You loop and then tie it around, flip it upside down and loop it again. I really have no idea what I'm doing. So you want to tie a nice bow here somehow. I might have to do this off camera, you guys. If you this is not a bow making tutorial, just saying. Please go to a different channel for that. You can always use a paper bow too. Aha! Look, I did it! Alright, that's exciting. Alright, it's not great, but just imagine if you had a nice full size lovely bow on top of that. But you get the idea. Okay, so let's start doing the cool stuff. I got my paper collection, the Bow Bunny Christmas Village collection, and we need some strips for the inside here. We're gonna go, let's go 3/4 by 3 3/4, and let's do, I don't want to do lines, no lines. Okay, so I'm going to use this paper, but I'm going to use this side so I don't use this. So I'm going to do 3/4 Oh, I'm just going to do 3 3/4 here. Because my trimmer doesn't go down to 3/4. I could go a little bit bigger actually. Let me get a trimmer that more suits what I need here. Okay, here we go. So, let's get this off of here. Want you guys to see. This is my second favorite trimmer. The only reason I don't like it is because I kept having to replace these strips. The blades on these, you hardly ever have to replace. So I said 3 3/4, but then I measured it, so and it looked like I could go a little further. Let's try 3 7/8. How that looks. Okay, yeah, I like that better. So I'm going to cut 4 of these at 3 7/8. This is 3/4 by 3 7/8. And then let's do, oh, I gotta cut the other one. One more. That on. Try and keep my area a little cleaner this time, you guys. I always start out clean. By the end of my project, oh, so much stuff laying around. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to use tape. And this is going to do several things. Makes the sides more sturdy just by building it up. It's going to hold on your ribbon where you cut it, and it's going to build up the outside of that box lid to fit a little snugger on your box. And in my case, it's going to fix where I accidentally cut into my lid. But you won't do that. That was just me. There we go. And of course, it's going to make it prettier. And you're going to do the same with the top. This is 4 by 4, so let's go 3 7/8 square. This strip off. And you can use any paper you want for this. You can make this any theme you want. It's going to go right in the middle. It's not alright, well, it's going to go a little bit off of the middle because it wouldn't let me pull it back up. Now I'm a little wonky there. That's okay because it's the top of a box. You're not going to see it that big. It's not going to matter. Alright. Sorry about my bow, you guys. Okay, now the outside you can decorate if you want. If you decorate the outside, be sure and not add the ribbon till afterwards. And then the inside, we're going to decorate that, but first we're going to make some little pockets. Okay, let's make some more decorations here. Let's make pockets on the flaps here, on the inside of the flaps. So I did a 2 by 5. I did 2 of them. We're going to score those at 1/2 inch and 4.5. And I'm just going to do 2 of them. And on the other side, we can put like, I think picture mats, photo mats. You can do anything you want on these flaps. The possibilities are endless. So I think I'm gonna mat. No, I'll do what I always do. We'll just. I'm gonna do the sides and the bottom. And then you can tuck tags or notes or something in there. Okay, same on this one. Bottom. Okay. You have room too. You could put 3D embellishments on the sides, because you're going to have an inch between here and here. So I'm going to do something a little different. So now I want to do this wallpaper like paper for the inside here. If I can find it. Lots of cool possibilities here. I think I may use a border strip too. Keep those handy. It's this one. This is the one I want to use. This side here. I like that. So I'm just going to cut strips 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 first. And then I think I'll have them both facing like inward, because there's kind of like a pattern, like the bulbs are hanging down. So when you have it up like this, it looks like the bulbs are still hanging down. So I'm going to put these 2 on the sides without the pockets. I'm going to use the same pattern for the sides with the pockets. Okay, here. So again, I'm going to cut 2 squares at 3 7/8. And then I'm going to cut this one. This is 2, so I'm going to cut 1 at 1 7/8. Whoops. And then you can just glue this bottom piece on. And and just line it up, kind of get straight with the top, and that's going to hold that ribbon on too. Here, you see? I'm going to do the same, 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, and then I'm going to cut the bottom at 1 7/8. Oh, I put this on crooked, you guys. Oh, let's see if it's going to come off. Not well, but I got it. Oh. Okay, and then you watch me stick it right back down to the tape. Okay, here we go. I got this. Maybe. Alright, there we go. Now I can see my pocket. I couldn't see my pocket before. Alright. I was right in the middle of gluing something and I stopped. Okay, here we go. Tuck that in there. And just line it up with the top. Maybe. Here we go. Got a little bit extra here. Let's see. There we go. And tuck that right down into that pocket too. Okay, so now I want to, we can put a photo mat here, and then we can put one here too. We have tags for here, or we can just leave this plain because it is really pretty paper. I have tags somewhere that I have pre-cut just because I use tags, and I think I'll just stick those in here for now. Isn't that cute? Couple different kinds maybe. There we go. There's one of those. That one's a bit too big. I have some parchment ones. Those will work. Okay. Let me use parchment instead of that one. There we go. And then you can always also, like maybe on one of these, put one of the 3x4 cut aparts. Now, of course, you'll have to cut them down a little bit. That's not, is that a cut apart? Because these are exactly 4. But I'm going to leave it, I think I'm going to leave it, oh, maybe I'll put one photo mat. I'm going to put one photo mat. So like, you can put some tags in here, you can put pictures on there or words. I'm going to put this off to the side. If you had a couple stickers, you could put them there. Photo mat here. You could stick little letters in there. Okay, onto this. This one's going to be covered up, so I'm just going to use this white snow paper, and that's going to be 3 7/8 square. My corner's coming up. Just using my scraps here for my December daily. And that's going to give my small box a nice base. And then since I went so neutral on the big box on the inside, let's go like with some color on the small box. So, and you don't have to decorate the small box on the outside at all. You can just do the same thing with the ribbon, but I'm gonna decorate it. Let's make it, oh, I don't really want to make it green. I kind of like this color because that'll pop. I like the pink, but those are my days, so I don't want to use those. I like the yellow, and that will keep us with our color scheme. Oh, decisions. The blue is nice. I don't want the green. Just not feeling the green. I don't want a neutral. There's another yellow. I kind of want pink. How about these little houses? Let's do that. Let's do the houses, you guys. Okay. So these are 2 by 2. So we're going to cut this at 1 7/8. And I'm going to cut it long ways. One big long strip too, as not waste anything. See? And then I need 4 of them because we're gluing the bottom. Let's go ahead and glue the bottom on so that it has time to dry. It'll be a little harder to put the sides on, but I'm impatient, so you just place this right. No, we don't want to glue it on yet. And you cut that 4 times. And I'm going to put them so the buildings are facing up. And you want to make sure you get it good and square with at least the sides and the bottom, because you're not going to see the top. It's going to have a lid on it. Go. There's our box. Now let's do, I do have enough green. We can use those for the lid. I'm going to put my big box aside. And I shouldn't have glued the bottom, but so let's see, that's about enough. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to do the same that I did with the other. This one's going to be just a little bit harder to line up. It's also not going to be as noticeable because we have a pattern on it, so no worries. And it's smaller, so it's not so hard to line up. Isn't that cute? And you can leave, if you want to leave the inside dark, You can do that. Just cover where you put the ribbon on the inside. Just cover it with black paper. Just cover it with the same thing. Okay. Here we go. All right. Now we can glue it to the base. That's not straight. There we go. Alright, bring the base over. And you can hot glue this if you want. Or you can tape it, whatever. I'm just going to use regular glue. And let that sit for a minute to make sure that that's really stuck on there. You just line it up with the middle. Looks pretty good. Make sure my little hat fits. Yep, it fits. And then I'm going to line the inside. Let's go ahead and use a 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 piece of the same pattern as this to do the bottom. Just a scrap. Stick it in there. And you put your goodies in there, like I can put my chocolate in there. Big old explosion box just for one little piece of chocolate. I'm going to keep the inside darker. I'm going to use the paper that I use for the lid. So I'm just doing the 1 7/8 again because it's just the inside. One 7/8 times 4. And you can use the lighter one if you want. I want to keep it dark. And these I'm going to put right inside. Make it pretty. Cover up those ribbon ends that we glued in there. You put little shaker tags in the pockets like we showed you on day 4. Cute thing to add under the tree. And you can make them as small as you want. As small as you can get your fingers to work. I got the cutest thing ever. I went shopping and I'm going to use this paper for the inside. So this is cut at 1/2 inch by, I'm going to cut it 1 7/8. I got the We Are Memory Keepers mini envelope punch. And they had it at Michael's for $24.99. Of course you can use a coupon for half off. But I actually got it at Tuesday morning. I drove an hour to go there. I got it at Tuesday morning for, I think it was $11.99. It's either $11.99 or $7.99. And I went to Tuesday morning first, of course, because if it was going to be, I could have cut these a little bigger because the lid's bigger, I forgot. But, I went to Tuesday morning first, of course, because I was like, well, you know, if I find something there that I didn't find at Michael's, or if I find something, I wanted to get everything I could there because I know it's less expensive. So I seen the little mini envelope punch. I'm like, I want it because I had talked about it when I was doing my little pocket letters. And I was like, I don't know. And then I bought it anyways. And I was really happy that I bought it because when I went to Michael's, it was, like I said, it was way more. Yeah, that's fine. This is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. It's gonna leave a bigger border around it, but it's okay. It's just the... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the ribbon on. Forgetful. I got to start talking. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the ribbon as we did before. And I have these scraps that I had already cut, so they're going to be... I might be able to get one out of both of these, out of just this one scrap. So I do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to put this little lid on, line it up with the outside, the ribbon on the outside. Oops, here we go. And there we go. Then I'm going to lay this bigger piece of ribbon, and this is bigger because my bow, it still takes about the same amount to make a bow. Okay, and then, so I just laid this loose piece across here so that I can make my bow. Let me see here. And then I tape this one across it. And tuck those under. And then tie my bow. Again, I am not a professional bow tire by any means. So mine's going to end up looking like a shoelace. And you could have covered the top of this if you wanted. I'm good with it black. You guys. Because I'm going to put some other stuff on it. But if you wanted to cover it with paper instead of like dressing it up, do it before you put the bow on. I'll put that in the little notes on the screen before I actually do it. Okay, you guys. There we go. That's as good as my bow gets. Okay, now I have these like 1 7/8 by 1/2 inch I'm going to use for the inside. And I just tape those on. I forgot to put my bow on before, that's why I already have these pre-taped. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. This was a lot more square before I ripped it apart. Alright, and then this is a 1 7/8 inch square. And it goes on here. It covers up all the ugly. Alright, so here's your box. And you could be done. I'm going to add some decorations. Alright, so Let's close this up here so you guys can see it. How cute is this under your tree? With a nice bow on it, not my bow. Alright, I'll be right back. We'll add some decorations. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Ha 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 ha. Wrap it up box. Okay. Anyways, so I just got some seam binding, and we can go ahead and thread the tags. Now, when you're doing this, keep in mind that you're really close to the top. So you want to keep them kind of short. Or you can just tuck them in, which is probably what I'm going to do. Because obviously that is going to stick out way far, right? So, but if you just, you know, the lid goes on the box, so I'm using the rest of my green and the rest of my red, and then 2 pieces of the gold. And I'll link all the stuff below too. You guys, this is the final day of the hop. I feel honored to wrap it up. I think that's neat. Okay, 2 little tags there. And I have, go ahead and put the brown on the top again. These tags I just cut out from my Cameo. Like, when I have my Cameo running, I cut just some extra stuff because I know I'll use it. In common colors, you know, red, black, cream, white, parchment. Parchment didn't cut very good though, it's a little thicker than the black. And the craft didn't cut very well at all. It's almost like a paper bag, but thicker. Okay, there we go. So I got little tags there. And again, I got one mat here. I left this one open, but you can always put a mat there. I have some little red jingle bells. And I got my glue gun out. So right on the other side of this bow, I'm going to glue the jingle bells. Oops. And it kind of, I'm going to put 2 together. It kind of looks like holly to me with the green bow. And then I have this cut out from one of the tags, I think. And I'm just going to, there we go. There. So there's our little inside box. Cute. And then just here, because it's a little plain, I have some roses from, I think I Am Roses. I bought these so long ago. And I started making my albums flat, so I don't use them as much as I used to. I just take the green or the stems off. If I don't, they lay funny. And then I got some buttons that I just had laying on my desk from just because it's Christmas, and those are Christmas buttons. And this one's threaded with some twine. I'm just going to stick it on one of the corners here, and then add the roses around it. And that's all I'm going to do for decoration. Just got one yellow and one gold rose. There. There, see you guys? There you go. And then you just wrap it up. Tuck your tags, ties under. And there you are. Alright, you guys, I thank you very much for hanging out with me and doing the blog hop, and I hope you guys have a great Christmas. You'll hear from me probably one more time before then, so for Country Craft Creations, and of course I post numerous times throughout the week. So you guys have a wonderful day. I thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.